بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأصلي وأسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد، تفسير الصعدي عبد الرحمن بن ناصر الصعدي رحمه الله. أي نعم. تفسير سورة الزمر. أي نعم. فمن أظلم ممن كذب على الله وكذب بصدقه جاءه أليس في جهنم مثوى للكافرين والذي جاء بصدقه وصدق به أولئك هم المتقون لهم ما يشاءون عند ربهم ذلك جزاء المحسنين يكفر الله عنهم أسوأ الذي عملوا ويجزيهم بأجرهم بأحسن ما الذي كانوا يعملون. Who does greater wrong than he who tells lies against Allah and rejects the truth? When it comes to him, is there not in hell abode for the disbelievers? Those who proclaim the truth and believe in it is they who are the righteous. They will have all that they wish for with their Lord. Such is the reward of those who do good, and Allah will absolve them of the worst of their deeds, and He will surely grant them their reward according to their best of their deeds. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala issues a warning, stating that no one does greater or worse wrong than he who tells lies against Allah, by attributing to him that which does not befit his majesty, or by claiming to be a prophet, or by saying that Allah said such and such or issued such and such a ruling when that is not true. This is included in the verse in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Say my Lord has only forbidden," and saying concerning Allah that of which you have no knowledge. If one is ignorant, otherwise it is even worse and even more abhorrent, and reject the truth when it comes to him. That is, no one does greater wrong than one to whom the truth comes, supported with evidence that he rejected. His rejection is greater a wrongdoing on his part, because he has rejected the truth as it became clear. So if he combines saying lies against Allah with rejecting the truth, then this wrongdoing upon wrongdoing. Is there not in hell an abode for the disbelievers, where scores will be settled with them, and all the doors of Allah will be taken from every wrongdoer and disbeliever. For associating others in worship with him is indeed a greatest wrongdoing. Having mentioned the disbelieving liar and his sin and punishment, Allah now mentions the truthful believer and his reward. Those who proclaim the truth in word and deed. This includes the prophets and those who follow in their footsteps, those who believe in what the Prophet ﷺ said, written from Allah, and the rulings revealed from him, and are sincere and truthful in all that they do and say, and believe in it, that is, in the truth, because a person may proclaim the truth but not believe in it because of his arrogance, or because he looks down on those. Abu Bakar apa? Ayah ni no. Anda kiti? Ini hong enu. Aina. And believe in it, that is, in the truth, because a person may proclaim the truth but not believe in it because of his arrogance, or because he looks down on those who speak the truth and proclaim it. So it is essential to mention these two qualities together, namely proclaiming the truth and believing in it. Proclaiming the truth is indicative of knowledge and friendliness, and believing in it is indicative of humility and the absence of arrogance. It is they, namely those who are enabled to combine these two qualities, who are the righteous. All the characteristics of piety and righteousness boil down to proclaiming the truth and believing in it. They will have all that they wish for with their Lord of reward, such as no eye has seen, no ear has heard, nor has it ever crossed the mind of a man. And in that they want and wish for of all kinds of delightful and desirable things, they will attain in it, and it will be ready and prepared. Such is the reward of those who do good, those who worship Allah as if they see Him, for if they do not see Him, verily He sees them. those who do good and treat the slaves of Allah with kindness, and Allah will absolve them of the worst of their deeds, and He will surely grant them their reward according to the best of their deeds. People's deeds are one of three things, either bad or good, or neither bad nor good. The latter category includes things that are permissible and are not subject to either reward or punishment. The bad category includes all sins, and the good category includes all acts of obedience and worship. On the basis of this explanation, we may understand the meaning of this verse, and that the words that and Allah will absolve them of the worst of their deeds indicate that the worst they did was minor sins because of their doing of good and their fear of Allah, and usually grant them their reward according to the best of their deeds, that is, because of all their good deeds. Verily, Allah does not wrong anyone by as much as the weight of a speck of dust, and if there is a good deed, Allah will multiply it and give an immense reward of His own. أليس الله بكاف عبده ويخوفونك بالذين من دونه ومن يضلل الله فما له من هاد ومن يهد الله فما له من مضل. ليس الله بعزيز ذي انتقام. Is not Allah sufficient for His slaves, yet they try to frighten you with those with whom they worship besides Him? Whoever Allah has caused to go astray, no one can guide, and whoever Allah guides, no one can cause to go astray. Is not Allah Almighty and an Avenger? Is it not Allah sufficient for His slaves? That is it not part of His generosity, kindness, and care of His slaves, who is carrying out His duties as a slave of Allah, complying with His commands and heeding His prohibitions, especially the most perfect of humankind, in servitude to his Lord, namely Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that Allah suffices him in all his affairs, both religious and worldly, and will ward from him anyone who intends ill towards him. Sorry to his Lord, namely Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that Allah will suffice him in all his affairs, both religious and worldly, and will reward from him anyone who intends ill towards him. Yet they try to frighten you with those whom they worship besides him, namely the idols and rivals, saying that they will harm you. This stems from their misguidance and error. Whoever Allah has caused to go astray, no one can guide, and whoever Allah guides, no one can cause to go astray. Who is this He in whose hand is the power to guide or lead astray? Whatever He wills happens, whatever He does not will does not happen. It is not Allah Almighty. To Him belongs perfect might, by which He subjugates all things by His might. He surveys His slaves and wards off the schemes of the disbelievers against Him. An avenger who disobeys Him, let them away, beware of incurring His vengeance. ولئن سألتهم من خلق السماوات والأرض ليقولون الله قل فرأيتم ما تدعون من دون الله إن أرادني الله بضر هل هن كاشفات ضره أو أرادني برحمة هل هن ممسكات رحمته قل حسبي الله عليه يتوكل المتوكلون. If you ask them who created the heavens and the earth, they will surely say, Allah. Say, tell me about those on whom you call besides Allah. If Allah wills that some adversity should befall me, can they relieve that adversity? Or if He wills that mercy should be bestowed on me, could they withhold His mercy? Say, Allah is sufficient for me. In Him let all that trust put their trust. That is, if you ask these misguided people who are trying to frighten you with those whom they worship besides Him, and you are كاي تفضلوا زمي. As if you ask these misguided people who are trying to frighten you with those whom they worship besides Him, and you establish proof against them that is very clear to them, then ask them who created the heavens and the earth. They will not say that their gods created anything. They will surely say Allah is the one who created them alone. Say to them, affirming the helplessness of their gods after the power of all has become clear. Tell me about those on whom you call besides Allah. If Allah wills that some adversity, that is, some harm, no matter what is it, should befall me, can they relieve this adversity by removing it altogether or reducing it somehow, somewhat? Or if he wills that mercy should be bestowed on me, that he will bring me some benefit in my religious and worldly affairs, could they withhold his mercy and prevent it from reaching me? They will say that they cannot relieve adversity or withhold mercy. So tell me, after definitive proof has become clear that Allah alone is deserving of worship, that He alone is the creator of all creatures, that the only one who can bestow benefit or cause harm, and all others are incapable in all aspects of creating, benefiting, or harming, and ask Him to suffice you and to protect you against their harm. Say, Allah is sufficient for me. In Him let all that trust put their trust, that is, rely on Him to bring that which is in their best interest and ward off that which is harmful to them. The only one who could take care of me in the fullest sense is sufficient for me and would suffice me with regard to that which concerns me and that which does not concern me. قل يا قوم اعملوا على ما كنتم إني أعمل فسوف تعلمون من يأتي عذاب يخزيه ويحل عليه عذاب مقيم. So my people, carry on as you are, and so will I. You will come to know who will receive punishment that will disgrace him, and upon whom will descend an everlasting punishment. Say to them, O Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, O my people, carry on as you are. That is, carry on in the way you are pleased with for yourself, and for worship that which is not deserving of worship at all, and has no control over anything. And so will I, that is I will persist on the same path which I am calling you, the path of devoting worship to Allah alone subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will come to know who will have the best end, and who will receive a punishment that will disgrace him in this one, and upon whom will descend in the hereafter an everlasting punishment that will never leave him and will never cease. This is a serious threat to them, for they know that they are deserving of eternal punishment, but wrongdoing and stubbornness prevented them from living. إنا أنزلنا عليك الكتاب للناس بالحق فمن اهتدى فإنما يهتدي لنفسه ومن ضل فإنما يضل عليها وما أنت عليهم بوكيل. But we have sent down to you, Muhammad, the book with the truth for all mankind. Whoever is good, it is for his own benefit, and whoever goes astray, it is to his own detriment, and you are not their keeper. Yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that He sent down to His Messenger the book that contains the truth in what it entails of the past and the future, and in its commands and prohibitions it contains the essence of guidance. Aywa. And what one needs in order to reach Allah and His paradise. The means of its proof is established against humankind. Whoever is guided by its light and follows its commands, it is for his own benefit, and whoever goes astray after guidance has become clear to him, it is to his own detriment, and he will not harm Allah in the slightest. And you are not their keeper to record their deeds and bring them to account for them, or to force them to do what you want. Rather, your role is only to convey to them what you are instructed to convey. الله يتوفى الأنفس حين موتها والتي لم تمت في منامها فيمسك الذي قضى عليها الموت ويرسل الأخرى إلى أجل مسمى إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون. Allah takes people's souls at the time of their death, and He takes the souls of the living when they are asleep. He keeps the souls of those for whom He has decreed death, and He sends others back for an appointed time, showing that there are signs for people who reflect. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that it is He alone who controls people's affairs, both when they are awake and when they are asleep, when they are alive and when they die. Allah takes people's souls at the time of their death. The fact that He attribute this action to Himself does not contradict the fact that and He has appointed the angel of death, and His helpers to do this task, as He says elsewhere. Say Muhammad, the angel of death, who has been given charge of you, will take your souls in death.